What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Fans Hobby Machine Eagle, their version of a masterpiece Machine Wars Optimus Prime. So I will admit I don't know much about the character Machine Wars Optimus, but I do know this looks really cool. It is a retool and repaint of their Power Baser, which is their version of Power Master Optimus Prime. They have redone a couple of things here. I think the trailer is pretty much the same as before with some minor repaints, whereas the cab is actually very different. So this front cab section, this piece here is different. This front grille and then this front bumper with the lights, that's all different. And then the colors here, the translucent, and then the overall sculpt on this front end is different. From here back, it is pretty much identical to the previous Power Baser, with the exception of colors, of course, black plastic colors. So there are the differences. It does come with some new accessories compared to Power Baser. So you do get these guns here. They look like jet engines, and I guess they're meant to, because they're going to mount here, and they kind of look like jet engines, right? So, and again, I have a lack of knowledge on the show on how these were used, but those just sit right there. It's a little slot there that they fit into. They sit on the top. Now this panel right here is just press fit into these slots here. Now one of the issues is when you push down on this, it collapses the tires. So you want to get this on first and then pull out the tires, and then you're good to go. But I just wanted to point that out, that pushing this on does tend to collapse those tires. But once you have that on there, there you go. It does roll very smoothly on these nice rubber tires, which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side, and that looks nice. Those nice guns there. These guns do fire, so if you take this off here for a second, there's a safety right here. So if you push in the red button, the safety is engaged. So you turn that off, the red is sticking out. Now it'll fire. There you go. And for size comparison, there it is next to the MP-10 Optimus Prime. Very similar sized cab. I mean, it hasn't changed since the original, but basically this front cab is very similar. And then the feet go back about the same distance. So really, really close to MP-10. But there you go for scale. Alright, now let's get it transformed into his core robot mode, which is basically the cab here. So you can take it off from here. And it is the same transformation as before. So the really only difference here is this piece here is going to end up on the chest. And in the combined mode, this piece down here, this lower bumper, it just pulls down and angles back ever so slightly. And I'll just show you. You can see it pulls down there, and then when these wheels are moved out, this will just push inwards. So we're going to get this transformed off camera. I don't need to show you it again because we've done the transformation before on this channel, and it's been done on other channels. So we'll get this transformed, and then we'll show you where to put this chest piece. I did want to show you this before I go, though. There is a little matrix kind of integrated into the glass there, which is kind of neat. So let's get this transformed into the core robot mode. We'll be right back. And there you have the core robot transformed into robot mode. And looks nice. It is very similar to the original. Like I mentioned, this front grille and truck piece is different, but it is transforms exactly the same. This is the only difference here. So this chest plate just kind of attaches on here. And that does look really nice. Sometimes it does pop off. I don't know why. You just don't get it on exactly right. A little strange, but once I get it on there, it's fine. I don't know. It's a little finicky, but it does work. But look at the colors, man. It does look really good. You got the army green here, white here. Nice detail on that chest plate with that logo there. Machine Wars logo. A little bit of green down here. Some white paint, white accents throughout. You have hip skirts here. I've always not loved these hip skirts on Power Baser, and the same is true here. Here's the back. Yeah, overall pretty nice. Got some nice articulation on it. So the head is on a ball joint. You can actually change out the face plate. So if you lift up on the face, you can get this out. You do have to remove the eyes from the face. And here's the other one. So I'll just show you both at the same time. You get more of a face, and then you get an Optimus mask face. I prefer the Optimus mask. I don't know if it's accurate to this character, but I prefer the look of it. So you get those eyes back into the other face, and you can see I knocked the chest off there. Just get that peg back in. And there you go. I really like this one. Again, I'm not sure if that's accurate, but there you go. Looks pretty nice. You do have a side to side on the head as well, and you can rotate all the way around. Shoulders rotate around on a ratchet joint right here. Up to the side on friction. You do have a nice cover down piece, or not cover down, but a cover up piece here. Rotation at the bicep. These are supposed to tab in, but sometimes it does pop out here on the side. So just get that tapped in. Rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow gives you the full bend. And I keep knocking off this chest. By the way, the chest underneath does look really good, right? I mean, you got some nice colors there. All right, you stay there. Rotation at the wrist. You have a individually articulated pointer finger, and then the rest of the fingers are on all single pin together. And the thumb doesn't move here. You have a waist rotation. Again, these hip skirts, I've always never liked these because they just get in the way. But you can sort of get them out of the way. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can fold them down. And honestly, I wouldn't even use them because they just get in the way. But you can rotate there. You have an ab crunch here. It's a little weird how it works, but you can get him in an ab crunch. And you can just tab that back in. I'll put these hip skirts back up. Legs go up to there on a ratchet. Back to here on a ratchet. Out to the side on a ratchet. Rotation at the thigh. Single jointed knee gets you 90 degrees. Ankle tilt way out. And pivot on a ratchet. Alright, now let's get him into his battle station mode. And there is a little bit of work to do here. So you're going to take these two guns. Take the smaller gun. And there's a little slot right there. That's going to fit right here onto the side. And then you're going to fit these together so they have opposite little hooks here. Right, so get those hooks together. And this is going to fit right in between here on the top. You just get it sandwiched. Right, and there's your gun. And now we're going to bring the trailer in. Now I've already transformed it off camera. And it basically, you're taking it to robot mode, except you're going to put the arms up high. So you can see the arms are up here. There's two little handles that fold out of the arms, like that. And that's for him to hold on to. They say to fold these up, but it just gets in the way, so I suggest folding these down. Kind of like that. And this is what the front looks like. So the head is actually sitting inside here, just kind of tucked away. All right, so that's kind of how you want it, and you want these panels open because that's where his feet are going to go. All right, and then we're going to take him and get him ready to go sit on here. Now you can just take this off. You don't really need it for the base mode. Bend the arms up and then rotate the elbows in. Now you can open up these here for a little bit more of a butterfly, but you don't have to. You can get the arms onto these handles without that. All right, and then open up the hands just a little bit. Bend at the knee. You don't have to bend all the way. You just have to kind of get it just so he's a little bit down on this platform. So you're going to put his feet here on these side pieces here, and then the hands around this. Let's go ahead and do that. And it's a little tricky, but not too bad. All right, so there you go. He's holding on, and then his feet are kind of hanging on down there. And then the last step here is to take this gun, which we put together, and there are two little tabs here. I was wondering what they were for, but you basically open those up, and those are going to fit around these little slots on the side of the arms, okay? And it's a little tricky to get them around, so you have to open them up kind of all the way and get both sides on at the same time. Just look at both sides, slide that down. So there you go. There he is in base mode. Really nice. It is a little bit on the heavy side, but you can just take this ratchet here on the leg and then just fold that back a little bit, and that'll give you a little bit more support there. But that looks awesome. I mean, this is recreating that toy look for Machine Wars. We can put this chest back on here. It does get in the way of the arms, so that's why I mentioned take it off. It's a little bit easier and it doesn't get in your way. But you can put that on there if you want to. But really nice looking. I really think this is a great reuse and a retool of this base to make it something kind of neat for display, right? It doesn't take up a lot of room. It goes vertical versus horizontal. So a nice little base mode there. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the transform element version of Optimus Prime. Comes up to about his midsection here. So in the combined mode, you can see how tall it would be. And then in this base mode, it kind of towers over him. But there you go for scale. And there you have Machine Eagle in his fully combined mode. Really impressive and beautiful looking. The color scheme really looks nice here. Here's the back. We do have the missiles mounted on the side here. Now you don't have to have them mounted there. You can use them as weapons, but I just wanted to show you how you can have it. So if you take these off and we fold up this one, you can take this handle. Actually, you can leave this down if you want to, but either way, it's got the same sliding mechanism as this gun over here. You can take this and get it into his hand. And then close the fingers around it. And now he's got this gigantic gun. And as I showed you before, you can fire this missile. And you have a lock here. So if you don't want to fire it, you can stop it from by pushing this button in. If you push that back out the other direction, with the red showing, it will fire. And you got this nice silver bullet here. That looks really good. So final thoughts on the Fans Hobby Machine Eagle. Let's start with the positives. I think it looks really good, the deco in all the modes, especially the truck mode. I really like how this chest piece becomes the top of the truck, and then the new cab piece here for the front with that blue, that translucent blue, that really does look good. It obviously nails the toy from way back, so I really like that. This base mode is actually really cool, nice display option. I don't like bases that sprawl because most people don't have space to display something like that, but this goes vertically, and so it's kind of a fun option, but also practical for display, right? It would fit in a DTOF or something like that, or if you have shelving like I do, then it's easier to fit something like this. So I like that. I also think that the accessories are all really nice. I like the new guns. The deco on that is all really good. We got 3 new guns here, so all of that is really well done. Negatives wise, there's only a couple, so it's the same things I said with Power Baser. These hip skirts are really dumb. They just give us the option to take it off, put on a ball joint or something, because in every mode it gets in the way. In base mode, in the combined mode, and in the vehicle mode, it just seems to get in the way. So it would have been nice to have the option to take that off. And the other thing is, he is a very bulky robot. I mean, he's meant to be, and it's apropos, but there are some articulation pieces that do get in its own way just because of his bulky nature. But I still recommend it. I think it's a really good version, probably the only version of Masterpiece version of Machine Wars Prime that we've ever gotten. If you're a fan of Machine Wars, or you're just a fan of Optimus Primes in general, this is a good one to pick up. You can get this from The Chosen Prime. They still have it available. I got this from there. That's it for this review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.